Alright guys, so I'm going to tell you a very interesting finding that I had a couple of years ago. So at this point I'd been arm wrestling for about 2 years. So, you know, doing all the standard back pressure, cupping, a lot of hand, wrist, forearm, bit of side pressure, so a bit of pec kind of coming in there. I was doing, at the time, nothing to do with my legs. I wasn't running, I was just using an e-bike, so I wasn't even having to pedal on my bike or anything. Yeah, so literally nothing on my legs. Then there was this university, like, beginner powerlifting comp that I thought, hey, this would be fun to go to. I might be able to promote arm wrestling there, maybe get some new people involved, which could be quite cool. So I went along. Prior to that, I was like, okay, previously I had actually done a amateur bench press comp, and this was like years and years ago now. This is 2017-ish, and I actually injured my shoulder because I went in, I was just training calisthenics at the time, and I wanted to see how much I could bench press just doing calisthenics. So I did like a bunch of one-arm push-ups. I was doing a bit of planche training, if you know what that is. A planche is basically when you're in a push-up position and then you lean forwards to the point that you can bring your legs off the ground because your hands are underneath your center of balance. So I was doing a bunch of training for that, and then decided, yeah, why not? I'll do a bench-only comp. Injured my shoulder, so I didn't want to repeat this. I didn't want to repeat that kind of injury this time. So I did go to the gym. I think I did maybe 3 practice sessions just to practice. Like for the bench, you have to do a pause. I wanted to like relearn the neural pathway of like the squat, because I hadn't done squats in forever. And honestly, like I've never trained deadlifts in my life, so I was like, I need to get a bit of that, because bit of deadlift training, because I didn't want to snap my shit in my back having like a hunched back or something. So anyway, went to this comp. Kind of unsurprisingly, my bench was the best it had ever been. Like, even though I hadn't been training any bench apart from those 3 practice sessions, I was training a lot of arms, and I got, I think it was like a 2.5, maybe 5 kilo PB. I think I did either 102.5 or 105. And I think when I was doing it, my butt did kind of come up off the bench, so it was technically a DQ. But I mean, based on my previous personal best in the gym, like that kind of stuff would have counted. So, and deadlift, this is probably like my second time really doing heavy deadlift. I'd done one previous one at the start of that year, and I think I got 160 pretty easily. So I went for 180, and I managed to get that. Again, it was pretty comfortable. But for the squat, I didn't know, like my previous personal best from back in, when was the last time I did that? It was probably back in like 2016 or 17 or something. I did a bit of general gym work throughout 2014 through 2017, because I was, or through 2016, because I was in my undergrad at university. I was doing, had a bunch of my housemates who also went, so it was good fun going to the gym with them. So I did some squats back then, and the best I ever got was 120. So going into this comp, I was like, man, if I could equal that would be great, given that I'm not training legs at all. I ended up doing 125, and it really blew me away. Like, it's not an impressive squat by any means, but just the fact that I was training, back then I was going to the gym probably like 5 times a week, something like that, training legs specifically. This time I trained no legs, just arm wrestling training, all upper body, and that neural pathway, like just your CNS, your central nervous system, is just trained up to the point that you can just, no matter what movement it is, you can lift more weights just because your neural pathway, your CNS, central nervous system, is more trained for that kind of high intensity effort. So yeah, just a bit of a quick story. I thought that was kind of an interesting one, because I never expected my legs to get stronger from training arm wrestling. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Never stop learning arm wrestling. You might just get stronger legs.